home from when he went to work?
He was working by Branson Landing. In Branson Landing, next to the Pepper Palace, and he brought us home some hot sauces.
We asked him to bring us some hot sauces back, and this one we've tried before, and actually this morning our mom cooked us some eggs so we could eat some with it.
This one we haven't tried before, but we've tried one that's similar to it, the blackberry one. I think it might be just called blackberry, but this one is key lime.
We've had this one before. It's really good. I wish we opened this one first, but we have to wait till the one that Monster Truck has is all the way done.
So what kind is that?
This one is the habanero mango.
So that's a habanero mango hot sauce. Hers is a barbecue sauce. We tried the blackberry one, which was really tasty. This one's key lime, but it's got some good peppers in it too. And this is the serrano lime that we've had before. And yeah, a little peppers. They said, Dad, if you're working up by Branson Landing, can you just stop by the Pepper Palace and bring us home some hot sauce? They are the little peppers after all, but there's been actually times when they've saved up some of their own money and bought hot sauce for them to eat and enjoy. And they were actually, these two, I think, were talking about that the other day, and then they found out I was working up there. So pretty cool. We like Cholula, we like Tapatio, we like making our own. We got some friends who make some really good stuff too, but these ones here figured if I was up there, I'd maybe bring them home some. So they've been doing a good job helping out with a lot of stuff. Hold those bottles up, kids. Yeah. Maybe next time we'll try something different. But these are a couple of our favorites from before. I'm pretty sure I know how that one's going to be. And the cool thing there too is they still have free samples. So we were sampling them. When we used to go up, they'd have chips for the free samples. So I'd tell the kids, between about here and here, you guys can just try. And then just let them kind of go and see what they wanted. Just kind of pick out some of the ones that would be better for them. You're supposed to be 18 or older to try them there, but these guys can handle the heat pretty good. And we got a really fun video too of us at Branson Landing over here called Country Folks Head to the City or something like that. It was a lot of fun and a pretty wild time because of how we live our life.
Thank you, Papa.
Hey, if anyone saw recently too, I shared that picture of Monster Truck with a huge gar. He reeled that in himself. I think that's our next video on our fishing channel, Papa Pepper Family Fishing. That was awesome. His was a 1/4 inch shy of my longest gar ever. My longest gar was 44.5 inches. I gotta keep the pressure on him. And I'm coming this way. I'm coming under you. Lift the line, please. Thank you. Oh.
You want me to reel this in, right?
Yes, sir. Look at that. That's... Come on, turn around, coming this way, yeah? Keep coming. Look at the size of him. He actually swallowed it too. As long as I don't break the line, this should be good. Oh, I just got him hooked in the nose. Ah! Hold on with him. Hold on with him. See, I wanted like a shirt too to... Oh! If I had a shirt to put his nose on, he'd get tangled up in all that. Dude, look at that hookup. That's one of the biggest ones yet.
Isn't it?
This is what I came here for. I thought this was the one with the nylon on it. I forgot. Oh, I don't want him to go in, but look at the size of that. Whew, that fish basket ain't gonna be big enough. His was 44.25, which is crazy, but off a 6 gar, we actually caught 6 gar that day. The most I ever caught at once was 5, but nobody else caught any. So me catching 3, Monster Truck catching 3, we got 6 now. And here's what that looks like in just the meat, all chopped up. That's a big bowl, that's massive, it's heavy. I'm gonna get them going in some Zatarans here and prep them for a plan I got here in the future. But gar bites are one of our favorite. If you don't know how to eat trash fish as it pertains to gar, you ought to check that out because it's worth it. If you think this is something you shouldn't eat and a trash fish, oh, that means more for us, but you don't know what you're missing. So I'm gonna get these guys going And yeah, like I said, our next video on our Papa Pepper Family Fishing channel should be Monster Truck reeling in an 8-pound, 44¼ inch long nose gar. He set the hook himself. He reeled the whole thing in. I had to jump in the water and grab it. Yes, I jumped off the bridge in one of the previous videos over there too. I wound up catching the gar. But this one I waded down in the water and got it, and we got it back to shore, and that was an awesome fish. Feel free to check that out when it comes out. It's definitely worth it. But I got to get this stuff prepped, so I'm excited. This is part of being a provider for me. You know, food, one way I can go is I can leave my family, go somewhere, work a bit, bring home some money, run to the store, spend that money, and get some food, or I can just take my family to the lake. We can have an awesome, amazing time out in God's creation, checking out some of his creatures, having a wonderful time, and bring home food anyway that'll fill our bellies and is so delicious, and we know where it came from, we know how it was preserved, how it was cooked, how it was, you know, marinated in this case, and what we used to cook it. I love being this type of provider, and then hunting season's coming up soon too, which will give me another chance. I'm looking forward to it. So last night, Sweet Pepper and I went out fishing for a minute. We had some fun for sure, but we found this guy. This is a young speckled kingsnake, right down by the water's edge, which is kind of cool. I saw a crayfish I went to go look at, and while I was there, this young speckled kingsnake, look at that color, came out over there, and Mama Pepper really likes these, so I thought I'd capture her reaction. This is a harmless snake. They're really cool. We definitely like them. They're beautiful coloration, and yeah, they could give you a little bite, but it's not like it can do anything to you really, as long as you clean your wounds. No real big deal, so we like them. And this one actually will be imported to our property. Found it down by the lake. We're going to let it go here. It's coming to check me out right now. Oh, I don't want to go up my nose. All right, let's call Mama out. Bug, can you call Mama for me?
Mama, come.
Howdy, honey. We found something at the lake.
Howdy. Oh, wow.
You know what kind that is?
Yes.
What is it?
This is a, not a prairie king snake, but a speckled king snake.
That's right. Lampropeltis holbrooki, I think.
Lampropeltis holbrooki.
Yes. As opposed to Lampropeltis
funny.
caligaster,
Funny name.
which would be your...
They're so beautiful, darling. These are so
It's quick
cute.
too, isn't it?
Yes. These are one of my favorite. They're so pretty. And actually, Monster Truck and I found one of these when I was going to my doctor's appointment. One of my doctor's appointments, and we were walking in the building, and right on the next to the door, I think it was, there was one of these. It was much bigger than this one.
Yeah.
Hiding in the bush, just right on the edge there.
And right in the middle of the city.
Yeah. So we were both really excited, and I told Monster Truck, quick, get it! Not what most moms would say if they saw a snake, but we went for it, and then we caught it, and we got it lost in the back of our van, or our Suburban. So we had to kind of hunt for it for a little bit while we're waiting to go in for the appointment. I was doing some sugar tests, so we had to wait an hour or so.
With one of your pregnancies, right?
Yes.
So you mentioned the difference between your reaction compared to how most moms would react. What do you think that is? What makes the difference?
Just knowing more about the snakes and which ones are venomous and which ones are non-venomous, and I guess also knowing which ones are more of like the bitey ones that like to bite a little bit more,
Right.
versus the ones that are more calm and don't really bite as much or bite at all.
And that's what I was going to say, you know, it's education. She understands species identification with a lot of the snakes around here. She understands the threats that they have, if there are any. And because of education, because of understanding, she can say, oh, this is a really cool snake that we're completely free to check out. It poses no risk to me or my children, and therefore I'll tell my child, grab that snake. So, yeah, and then there's other ones where we're like, you stay back. One time, this lady even caught a copperhead. I'm going to put a card up here for you guys to check out. You know, you don't want to mess with snakes. Most people get bit. when they're trying to kill them or trying to capture them. So if you're not trying to capture them or kill them, you're pretty safe. But once you get educated and understand a few things, you'll realize there's barely any snakes indigenous to the United States that you ever need to worry about, which is really cool. I know we educated a bunch of our neighbors here who used to be really terrified of all snakes and just kind of terrified. And we're like, there's no reason, you know, in probably 95% of their cases to ever care or be concerned. Let me see if I can get a good look at him. Yeah. You know what, the first thing when we caught it, I said, she goes, Sweet Pepper goes, are we gonna bring it home for Mom? I said, yeah. And she goes, is it gonna like unravel?
Oh, okay, I'm coming. I'm coming now.
What do you think?
Whoa, it's beautiful.
Probably our last snake for the year.
It looks like a pretzel. It's beautiful. I just love them.
That looks awesome.
Wait, is it gonna like unravel?
It's in a defense mode.
Is it? It's
So
scared?
it's curled up in a ball with its head in the middle.
Is it gonna like unravel?
I had one all coiled up. I handed it to her by the door and she goes, is it gonna like unravel? And one of her eyebrows jumped like halfway up her forehead. And,
Is it gonna like unravel?
so you don't mind if we import this to our property, do you?
No, darling, I certainly do not. These ones I don't mind handling. The bigger ones, holding their body makes me nervous, and just their feel of their body, I don't like it. But the little ones I don't mind. I can see it moving its eyeballs, darling.
What's that?
I can see it moving its eyeballs as well as looking around. That's so cool.
Yeah, because they're like,
Some can't move their eyes, can they? Or do they all move their eyes?
they can move their eyes, but snakes don't have eyelids.
Okay.
So they don't blink.
Wow, that is so cool to see it do that. It's just like,
Yeah, and it's like, what do their eyes look like? Is there a little brown spot in the middle or black? It's got like a little ring.
black.
Oh yeah, it's a black dot in the middle with a brown around it, right?
Really? It's hard for me to tell.
Well, you can see there's two different colors, right?
There's a outer part that's lighter, and then the inside's darker. Yeah.
And you've actually hatched out snakes in your own hands, haven't you?
I did
Do you remember
that.
what species that was?
I think they were black rat snakes, perhaps?
I think so.
Or prairie king snakes.
You had the black rat that
Those
you
are
hatched in your
beautiful.
hand. They are cool.
They're gorgeous snakes. The babies are beautiful. And the big ones are really pretty too. They're so big, but they're just beautiful. You can see their patterns through, like, you have to look really closely to see their pattern, you know, with their darkness.
Or when they expand and you can see the space in between their scales at that point, yeah.
They're so pretty.
Hey, did you want to check out the size of those gar we caught last night?
Sure.
All right. Hey, Monster Truck, take the fish scraps to the chickens.
Yes, sir.
So we use that all. So what we don't eat, we can use. That's good hands-on science class for you.
Yeah. The only thing is I never want to be bit by a snake. I never want to know what it's like.
You know what it's like?
I don't.
It's like nothing.
So I stick to the nice ones. The pleasant ones that I can see his mouth. It's like a sock puppet. Sock puppet mouth. They're so pretty. To think that, you know, people actually sell these kind of snakes at the pet store.
Yeah.
Remember in Wisconsin we used to have, I think we had 2 of these.
They were different.
Not exactly this kind.
Right, but they were king snakes.
What kind of were they? I don't remember. They almost look like a coral snake.
Right. I think there were some California
Striped.
kings, something.
And we did have one actually that looked, it was black and white.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we named it Esqueleto. But we did end up losing 2. One of them, the coral lookalike. Ooh, it's like constricting me, darling.
It's hanging on, darling.
Whoa.
It doesn't trust you. It doesn't want you to drop it. Yeah, before we had children, I had quite a few snakes, a couple of them anyway. And we got a couple more, got her kind of into that as we were going along. But we started having children. We decided to, we had a whole room just for animals. I mean, what do we have in there? There was definitely snakes, there was definitely fish. But we decided to switch and just focus on the children. And now we live somewhere where there's tons of wild ones. And even with stuff like this, you know, the best place for creatures like this is in the wild. The more of them that are out there now in the wild, the more that'll be out there later. So we like seeing them, we like finding them, we like checking them out even on this level, but then we like letting them go. Some of them we find on our property and let go off of our property. Some of them we find off our property and import to our property. It just depends on who they are, what they're up to, and you know, what their function is. Some of them we do have uses for on our property. Oh, he's so cute, my lady.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
Come check out this gar we caught last night quick.
What a cutie.
One of the projects I'm working on right now is just kind of some poor man's taxidermy, learning a little bit more about how to pull it off. And a lot of times you'll find gar on the shore of the lake, and they'll sit there for months and they'll look just like a gar. But sometimes the vultures will pick through them. Maggots and stuff will eat them, but you'll have a shell of a gar for months and months. So part of what I'm doing behind me is just some poor man's taxidermy, learning how to keep it cool. Darling, head over there for a second.
Oh, wow.
Look at the size of some of that. Now, do you see out of these first three?
God.
Do you see that three are the same size pretty much?
This
Yeah.
one, that one, and that one?
Yeah, those are the ones I caught last night. So, when Sweet Pepper and I came out, this one I caught with Bugger a while ago. These other three I caught last night. This one, Red Pepper caught. And see, like even right now, people, listen. It's just a hard outer shell. All that's really is the skull, some scales, and then the tail. So this one I caught before, and here's Monster Truck's big one, 44¼ inches. Go stand next to it for size if you would. But see, even like this, guys, I'm not gonna spend a couple $100 taxidermying one or having somebody do it. But if I can just take this and preserve it so it lasts for a while, and Monster Truck can have, you know, that memory, I think that's pretty cool. There's one on my garden shed where I like to do some talking, and yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I can figure it out pretty good. You can see on a couple of these I splayed the tails more to make them pop out. I stuck some, I'll stick some little sticks in them sometimes to kind of keep the shape of the gar. But yeah, and this guy's, yeah, see, the fresh ones are still super fresh. I don't like
So you just rinse them off really good and then hang them to dry?
Yep. Yeah, when I go in, I remove all the meat and then I remove the rest of the innards, so it's a hollow shell. There's just some, you know, a skull that's got some stuff to get eaten out, maybe a little bit by the base of the tail, and otherwise it's just scales and tails.
And then you're just holding that open with the stick so it can stay like that?
Right. Yeah, some of them, you can see the mouths are a little more closed. Some of them I'll put a stick between so it just kind of freezes open. This one's a small open, big, and then a really big, just to give a look at how big those creatures can open their mouths. But when they get hard, if I clear coat them, they seem to work pretty well. They hold their form, and yeah, this guy's pretty much rigid. He doesn't really want to move much. So I can screw him up on an outside building, and it should last for quite a while. I might put a couple up here under the ridge, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's some nice rustic decor, you know, and a lot of people don't even really get to observe or look at these creatures this way.
Those are some good size there, darling.
Yeah, the ones last night were pretty consistent, and that's just the ones we caught. There was definitely more, so darling, first of all, thank you for letting me go fishing last night.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, I brought home food.
Yes, you did.
And a snake. That's not food. You spin it for me again? Oh, darling, that's a beautiful creature.
It is. It's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hanging around observing. You little guy.
What do you think of that one, Pinky?
I like it.
Yeah? What's your favorite kind of snake? Do you have one?
No.
No? What are some of your snakes you appreciate the most?
Speckled Kingsnakes
hognose snakes.
Mm.
Rough greens?
Yes.
Rough green.
green snakes. And I like worm snakes.
Oh yeah, worm snakes are cool. And what are some of the snakes that have actually made you sad?
Black rat snakes.
Black rat snakes. Why'd they make you sad?
Because sometimes they'll eat our eggs or eat our animals.
Yeah, we had quail for sure. We lost with that, right?
Yep.
See if I grab this one here. Look at that, guys. It's stiff. It's hollow. It's really lightweight. There's really nothing left in there. There's a little bit of a spine and stuff. Yeah, maybe. Just a little bit at the ends. But it's pretty much hollow. It's lightweight. Darren, do you want to see how light that is?
Sure. This little guy wants to go.
Just grab it like I am. Yeah. Really nothing to it, huh?
I guess not. Nope.
So if I clear coat it a couple times, it'll help all that stay together. And then we put it outside a building. It looks pretty nice. And I could kind of paint it to make the colors pop a little more lively. We'll see what all I get into, but trying to teach myself some of that. And I could kind of close it up back on itself too, to kind of hold its true form. I don't really need to do that, but you can see I could just drill a couple holes, stitch it shut, have it be there. So just a side project I'm working on for fun. I really like these fish. When I realized fins and scales, that's a food fish, I'm going to learn how to do it best. And darling, how did I do it so far with gar?
Amazing.
She likes it. She likes it.
Mama likes. I love gar bites. They're delicious.
Yeah, hey, if you want to see our video on how to cook, don't step on them, darling. Oh.
Lost it.
On how to cook trash fish, gar. I got a video on that I'll put up over here in a, wait. I'll put up over here. Yeah. I'll link the comment. And yeah, look at that all knotted up.
Just like your hair pops. All knotted up.
Well guys, hopefully seeing Mama, just a nice, chill, peaceful, quiet lady.
Woo.
Enjoying interacting with, you know, just a wild serpent like this. Hopefully that'll encourage some of you guys to understand with a little bit of education, fear really doesn't need to be there. A lot of people are raising a lot of fear. A lot of that fear is irrational. With a little bit of education and understanding, we can get past all that, and then life becomes, I believe, better, because we're not responding out of fear, but we're making educated, calculated, you know, ideas with understanding. Then we can determine what's good and what's true, right?
Exactly. Would you guys ever do something like this? Let us know in the comments below, and I don't know, what kind of snakes have you found lately, if you found any. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Mama out.
Thank you for watching. Hit the that button. Thumbs up.